Are you looking for the best budget Android phones? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best budget Android phones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Google Pixel 8a. The Google Pixel 8a's $499 starting price realistically places it in the mid-range category rather than budget, but it deserves the top spot in this guide regardless. For a few good reasons, you'd be happy you got the Pixel 8a. Even if you were planning to spend less, the Pixel 8a's high-end performance means it'll stay quick and smooth much longer than other budget and mid-range phones, and you won't feel the need to upgrade and spend money on a new phone as often. That's thanks to the Google Tensor G3 processor that also powers the company's previous flagship Pixel 8 phones. The Pixel 8a includes cameras that would feel appropriate on a $1,000 phone. It simply leagues beyond the cameras you'd find on other mid-range and budget phones. Even those least concerned about photo quality will appreciate the Pixel 8a's high-end photos. It's quick to focus and forgiving with movement, whereas most budget cameras produce blurry photos unless you and the subject are perfectly still. It's also just a nice phone to behold. With its metal frame, it looks and feels like a premium device. The frosted matte texture on its plastic back is pleasing to the eye and hands, and everything on the screen looks fantastic with its 120Hz OLED display. It's only available with a 6.1-inch screen, and it's a shame there isn't a larger version for those who prefer larger screens, as the Pixel 8a is our undisputed budget pick among the best Android phones. Number 2. Motorola Moto G Power 5G, 2024. Starting at $250, Motorola's Moto G Power 5G makes a very solid proposition. It doesn't punch above its weight like the Google Pixel 8a, but if you're looking to spend thriftily, the Moto G Power's performance, cameras, and the large 6.7-inch LCD 120Hz display will serve you well. Despite lackluster benchmark results, the Moto G Power's MediaTek Dimensity processor feels quick and smooth and complements the phone's 120Hz display well. It feels laggy and overburdened soon after turning on or restarting the phone, but it's up to speed after a few. The Moto G Power can easily handle casual light games like Jetpack Joyride. While graphics-heavy games like Asphalt 9 can take a little while to load, the Moto G Power delivers the game's full potential for fun. Some games may not run well on the Moto G Power, but we won't pretend we've tested them all. The 50MP main camera takes good photos that are difficult to complain about, especially for the phone's price. Details can be slightly softer than those on more expensive phones, but photos are easily sharp enough. Where the Moto G Power's camera falters is with movement or shaky hands. Our biggest complaint is that Motorola will only support the Moto G Power for one Android version upgrade and 3 years of security updates. That realistically gives the phone a 3-year lifespan, which is rather short. If you hold on to phones until their bitter end of performance, you could get better value with Google's Pixel 8a, which will be supported until May 2031. Number 3. Samsung Galaxy A35 5G. The Galaxy A35 5G is easily a top choice if battery life is your primary priority, whether you're looking for a budget Android phone or a premium one. It ended our battery test with 65% remaining. The test involves 2 hours of video streaming, 1 hour of music streaming while connected to Bluetooth headphones, 2 runs of the intensive 3D Mark Wildlife stress test, and 5 runs of the Geekbench 6 benchmarking app. Among Android phones, only the $1,300 Galaxy S24 Ultra scored better with 66%. As for other important aspects like performance, design, display, and camera quality, the Galaxy A35 at $400 is generally an overachiever for its price range, but it still doesn't come close to the Pixel 8a. The Galaxy A35 runs on Samsung's own Exynos 1380 processor, which doesn't score nearly as well as the Pixel 8a's Google Tensor G3 processor in benchmark tests, but it still opens and runs apps and Android quickly and smoothly with the 120Hz display. It's hard to spot now, but the Galaxy A35 scores suggest its performance will likely become slower sooner than the Pixel 8a. Number 4. Google Pixel 8a. The cameras on Google's Pixel 8a simply cannot be beaten for the price, and they are a major reason to buy this phone if you're not looking to spend over $500. In fact, the Pixel 8a's cameras would be comfortable on phones that cost twice or even 3 times as much. Photos taken by the Pixel 8a have a rich, natural color tone without being oversaturated, a first-rate aspect common to all of the best Google Pixel phones. Brightness and contrast are beautifully balanced to deliver gorgeous depth and dynamic range, something even some expensive premium phones struggle with. With a 64MP main camera, the Pixel 8a captures photos rich in detail and performs well in low-light conditions. It's also quick to focus and handles movement much better than other budget and mid-range phones, whether from jittery hands or moving subjects. Read our full Google Pixel 8a review, and see our guide to the best Google Pixel 8a cases to protect the phone. Number 5. Nuubi 30 Pro 5G. At 6.7 inches, the Nuubi 30 Pro has the same display size as large premium phones like the Galaxy S24 Plus. Apart from its size, the display also incorporates top-tier tech that makes for a dreamy experience, like an AMOLED panel, which Samsung uses for its legendary displays, and a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. Combine the high-performing display with the enthusiastic mid-tier MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor and 12 GB of RAM, and the Nuubi 30 Pro offers a surprisingly high-end experience for running Android apps and games. Even further, with the Pixel 8a as the exception, the B30 Pro pulls off the most convincing premium aesthetic out of any budget phone we've seen. It's largely thanks to the glass back with a frosted texture, which gives the teal color a gradient look that changes depending on the lighting. The frame is plastic, but it certainly coaxes you into thinking it's metal.